We have taken from the floor of Grand Central Terminal gentlemen like these fine people who are here with us today, people that society had written off, and indeed some of them themselves had written themselves off because they had no hope for the future. And we've built an organization now that has 1,000 people in our care today, 450 employees, 70% of whom are former program graduates. 80% of the organization are minority or women. In the management, over 50% are minority or women. We do $55 million a year in earned revenue every year. We have the largest sanitation company in America, sweeping 150 miles of New York City streets. We collect waste oil grease. We collect waste oil grease from restaurants and turn it into biodiesel fuel. We have an exterminating company. The cockroaches will always be with us. We have a direct mail business. We have avenues where people can walk down and get trained and earn money and be free, because freedom is, as Reverend Gold said before, in each one of us. And for them to be free, they have to be able to provide for themselves. And that's what we do. We provide an opportunity and then we get out of the way, because each individual human being will take advantage of that opportunity. We do drug testing twice a week. Our folks, when I came to this, as I said, I knew nothing. But what I've discovered is that behind this homelessness, there's the imprisonment all across of America of African American men. Mass incarceration. And it's been going on for, it's not your fault, it's not my fault, but it's our fault if we ignore it now, because we do have solutions, and they don't have to go back to prison. They can work and they can get jobs and live and be tax-paying, contributing members of society just like the rest of us if we give them an opportunity. Right here, I have seen it. I have seen it and I live it every day. I didn't come to it with any civil rights background at all. But now I know what it is. In New York City this year, 25,000 people, men primarily, will come home from prisons upstate. And at the end of the year, 44% of them will go back. And at the end of 3 years, 2/3 of them will go back. And it's because they can't get a job. A white man with a criminal record is more likely to get a black man a job than a black man without one. So imagine how hard it is for a man of color to come home and get a job with a criminal record. He goes, he sleeps on somebody's sofa, he has a room, his mother, his sister, his girlfriend, whoever, they take him in. They say, "What did you do today?" When they come home from work and he says, "I tried to get a job, I couldn't." How long do you think that goes? He does that before he gets thrown out. And then when he gets thrown out, what does he do? He commits another crime. So actually, isn't it much better for us if we help him get a job than wait for him to do something and then go back to prison? Because that's a crime. So it's the last frontier of public safety if people don't want to look at the humanitarian value of helping our fellow man. Just tell them that they'll be safer, they'll understand that. But the truth of the matter is that these are wonderful human beings who have been behind this 8 ball for so long that it's hard to see that they're no different than you or I. And but for this opportunity. So I applaud you guys. Stand up. Bradley. We have about 700 people come, about 300 men and women graduate from our program, and everybody comes, and it's great. And I often, think about, on those nights how wonderful it is to really to have the embodiment of what I was taught by, in my case, nuns. Well, they did it one way or another. I was going to be a priest until I met Laura Dilzer in 7th grade. See, they had, they used to teach us the catechism and would stand up against the wall, and the nun would ask the questions, right? And so I won. I'm the last one standing. And she looks at me, she looks at Laura Dilzer, and she said, "You memorized it." Meaning, of course, that I didn't get any of the value of what it was that was in the book, that I was just more interested in Laura than I was in the priesthood. But the truth of the matter is, those values stuck with me. And they're the simple values that, as we'd say in the mailroom, what goes around comes around. It's how we treat other people and how we look at other people. And if we work hard and do the right thing's going to happen to you. My life is a living testament of that. When I came here 40 years ago, Joe Namath was my friend. I was in the apparel business. I went out, and I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed New York. I was young, and there's no place better to be young. I don't think there's any place better to be old, but there's no place better to be young. But then, there comes a day that you have to find some value in your life, and you have to say, when it's all over and done, what did I do? What did I accomplish? What did I stand for? And you have to go back on those basic, fundamental, timeless values. So it's a wonderful thing for me to come here this morning and see you all filled with the Spirit. I know it works because we have living proof of it every day. And I didn't know anything about the money, honestly. I didn't come here for money. I came here because I want to share that when we, as human beings, recognize the value of everybody else's human life, our interconnectedness as a family, it all works. God bless you. Thank you so much.